No matter where we are born or how old we are, music is a part of our lives, and we all understand it. We are all born musical. I am told that as a baby, whenever I heard some music, I would just start tapping my fingers on my head. As I grew a little older, I started doing the same on a table. My mother thought that she had given birth to the next Zakir Hussain. Shorty got a tabla for me. I was just 4. I was so excited to get a new toy. But everything changed when she decided to get me a teacher. The teacher asked me to practice 1 hour every day and started my formal training. All of a sudden, a very interesting toy that produced fascinating sounds became a very boring one. I didn't like it anymore. So after just 3 classes, before the teacher would come, I would sneak out of the house, disappear. I never saw him again. He was obviously very, very angry. So he told my mother, "I think your son is tone deaf. I'm not sure if he can learn the tabla." I wonder now, what if, instead of trying to teach me, he would have just let me play what I wanted? Shown me sounds that a child could relate to. Say, for example, a horse running on the road, running on the fields. Faster. Faster. It becomes a tal. Thank you. My first performance was at the age of 6, but that was by an accident. In my first standard, my classroom was very near to the music room. So every time I heard some music, I started playing it on my desk. One day, while crossing the music room, I saw no one was there. So I went inside and I started playing the congo. The same beats I used to hear every day. All of a sudden, the teacher was back. I was frightened. But something amazing happened. She wasn't angry. She was pleased. And 5 days later, I was performing at my school's annual function with my school orchestra, where everyone else was from the senior classes. Then I was always a part of my school band, playing the bongo or the congo. But the big change came when my father was posted to Jaipur. I was 12. The new school's music teacher said to me, "See, I don't need another congo player. I have plenty in the line who can play the congo." But I kept going back to him again and again and again. So he finally said, okay. If you can somehow learn to play the drums, I'll take you. I don't mind another drummer. Well, I had no choice, so I borrowed sticks from my teacher. I started observing how the drummer used to play, what he used to do, and then I used to go home and practice on the floor, practice on the wall, on the dining table, everywhere. I had no drums at home. Slowly, I became a drummer. Substitute, then the main drummer. Then one day, my school needed someone to play the keyboard in the morning assembly. I volunteered. My brother had a very small Casio at home, which was gifted to him on his birthday. And sometimes I used to play, very easy songs, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, Happy Birthday. But that's when I really got serious. I wanted to play in the assembly. So I started practicing hard, and I was playing in the assembly. Then one day, my school needed someone who could play the tabla in the school Ram Leela. And guess who again volunteered? Remember that tabla that my mother bought when I was 4? I started playing it again. I can't be grateful enough to my school music teacher, Arun sir, who let me experiment with different instruments, who let me be me. Now when I look back, I realize that subconsciously, maybe that was the beginning of me becoming a multi-instrumentalist. And that is when it developed a curiosity in me for different sounds. So whenever I could pick up another instrument, I would pick up and start experimenting with it. For example, the instrument you saw in the beginning, the pan flute, I just got it from Europe a few months back. I was also in Dubai a couple of years back for a performance, and there I saw this beautiful instrument, darbuka. I started playing it. Let me show you how it sounds. Thank you. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know now how to look at it, but I never got a chance to learn music formally. So I learned very, very naturally. I learned to love sounds, and once I loved some sound, I wanted to create it myself. Whether it was classical or popular, Indian or Western, I used to listen to different artists on different instruments and then try to play like them. I feel today I can play multiple instruments because I was never tied up in rules. Music meant freedom to express myself. Music is not science. There are no human lives at risk. Music is creativity. So how can creativity have boundaries? Instruments like flute, sitar, and tabla are thought of as pure classical music instruments. Well, I like to play them a little differently. I play classical as well, but I also like to experiment. So first, the flute, I'll play something for you, classical, Rag Hans Dhwani. Then I'll play something Western popular. I'll let you guess which one it is. Now I'll play the sitar. First, I'll play jhala in a classical rag called Bhim Palasi. Then I'll play a little bit of Michael Jackson and end with rock sitar. This is not a very comfortable position to play, but I'll try my best. Thank you. Now I'll play the violin. I'll play a very popular Bollywood party song. Well, you all must be wondering, how did a person with a master's degree in economics decide to quit his job and become a musician? Since my childhood, I followed the only path shown to me by my teachers, parents, and society to be successful. I worked extremely hard at school. I topped my high school. I went to the best university for the best cutoff course. And I got campus placed to one of the best MNCs of the world. Done. Settled. And I was supposed to be happy for the rest of my life. But guess what? I wasn't happy. After a few months of working, I felt like I was just existing, not living. And how can an unhappy person call himself successful? By the time I got back home from office, I was so exhausted, I couldn't do music. Music had just disappeared from my life. That's when I realized the importance of music. I had to do something. Music couldn't just stay as a hobby anymore. So I decided to quit my job. I didn't become a musician to be rich or famous. I did it to be something more than that. To be happy. I feel if you can be happy and are able to earn a decent living, you're the most successful person on this planet. Now I can say is, I stopped learning economics the day I left college. I never went to a music school, but I'm learning music every day. That's the beauty of doing what you love. I feel so fortunate to be born in a country like India with such diverse music and culture. Every state from Punjab, Rajasthan, Maharashtra has its own beats, its own music. So how can I finish today without showing you a folk tadka? So let's finish with a mashup of different folk